Okay. Talk to me. Talk to me about the monarchy. Pros, cons, good, bad. You like him, you don't like him.
Giro stealers, inbred, scum, racist. Yeah, I don't like them.
So you're pro then?
No, I'm anti-monarchy. I think it's like the more. See, when I was a wee guy, I was like, oh, kings and queens, that's dead interesting. It's like a book, but like, no, they're actual farters. What they actually do for anyone, they do nothing. And I mean, is it Harry? Is it Prince Harry's all in the newspapers because him and his missus and they're like, oh, they hated me growing up and yada yada yada. That's Prince Harry, isn't it?
It's Harry and Meghan.
Yeah. So,
look at that, she's wearing a backless dress.
Aye.
What damn poison ivy.
Must be cold then.
Mm. But I'm inclined to agree with you to an extent.
They said something, Harry, they said it on like one of these early morning like chat show things. They were on about so King Chuck, it's Chucky, isn't it?
Yeah, King Charles now.
Aye,
yes.
King Chucky boy, right? So he's like basically evicted them from their cottage,
right?
Which is because it's like a royally owned cottage or whatever. And they were like, that's not fair because so they don't want to be part of the royal family, but they still want like their royal cottage or whatever, right?
Aye.
So it's like I don't know. Say you had a job and the job comes with a flat, and you go, I don't want to work here anymore, but I'm keeping the flat. Well, it's kind of like that.
Exactly.
And then so
it's a perk of the job. You don't if you're not going to do the job, then you don't get fucking perk.
So in defence of like of Harry and the Meg, one of the old ladies on the chat show was like, but they put 2.2 million of their own money into renovating it, and I'm like, so what you mean is they put 2.2 million of taxpayers' money? Because like he doesn't have his own money. His money is taxpayer money.
Oh, I'm sure he made something for
the book and all that.
But yeah, you fundamentally don't have 2.2 million.
Yeah, but then I even kind of went back. But then I'm kind of thinking to myself, well, then again, like they should be spending it because then it's actually going back into like the economy and stuff instead of just sitting hoarding it, I guess. But I don't know. I resented them saying their own money. It's like it's not their money.
I don't think you can come across here.
Aye, but it's just so the camera move with you.
Well, so I suppose that's part of the royal family. Do me a favour and drive that car round here and just smash this door open, would you? I don't know if you can reach it. I might have to.
What is it?
It's far right. It's out of range. I may be able to sort it. 2 seconds. Come back towards me. Come back towards me.
Alright.
I'm trying to build things.
Oh, I'm poison ivy now.
What? Oh, you're right. I was building something in there to, I think, open the door. No, just push the button. Just press it. Just push into it. You know what I mean? One of those ones you just sort of start fucking shoving it.
Oh, I see it. It's because it's at a weird angle.
So that's one part of the royal family is them cunts.
Aye.
But I suppose we're the rest of the cunts.
But well, I mean, but the same thing. Like that's his own son, and he's just like get out. Just heavy evicted him.
Nah, rightfully so, man.
And
I'll get this car. 2 seconds.
And if Watson is Barry out because to be believed, then apparently they were all right bands to him.
Including Her Majesty?
Was she not? Did she not call? What was it she called her?
Don't know. Did she call her?
Something racially motivated, I'm sure.
Because
she's like, what ethnicity is she? She like 1/5 Latino or something like that. They're like,
I don't know. Yeah.
They're all inbred Germans, so shagging their own cousins.
Right, there you go. You crack on.
But they bring tourism, like, do they?
I've heard that. Yeah, they bring tourism sort of argument. I don't believe it, man. Have you seen the Royal Britannia?
What do you mean?
The boat. It's their personal boat. The boat that tax. I mean, Tony. Fuck's sake. Sorry, keep dying. Fuck's sake. Robin does that as well. Keeps
backflipping. Yeah.
Tony Blair put a stop to the Royal Britannia because they'd been having a new boat from taxpayers for years, and it was like, why the fuck do you need this?
What a new boat? Like every.
I want a new boat.
Every year.
It wasn't every year, but it was like More frequently than any other cunt gets a boat, put it that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, where's my boat?
Oh, exactly. You don't need a boat. You're not a fucking queen or king. You don't need a boat.
Maybe I could be if I had a boat.
Private quarters, exactly. Right, so the Royal Britannia is basically filled with shit that they were picking up from their like tours around the country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, around other countries more than anything. And it's like, oh, we need that. Like, no, you fucking don't. Oh, but look, people can come and see it. And it's like, ah, great, so people can come see the majesty that is your boat.
Yeah.
With all your fucking, like, mental stolen shit.
Yeah.
He's waving. Is he doing anything?
He's gonna open the door.
Stop hissing at me!
I know you're mad fart or shut it.
So, in principle, I don't agree that they need all the money being spent on them. I think that money isn't brought in via tourism. At least probably not anymore.
Maybe 50 years ago, 60 years ago, but not now. And how much is it they get a year? I mean, it's like
I don't
millions.
think it's a designated. It's not like a designated amount.
Well, actually,
maybe
it's just like
my fucking palace needs renovated.
I know they just have a blank check.
I think they do, but that's because fundamentally the UK operates as a monarchy.
Did you see the that infographic or whatever? And it was like millions and millions of little dots around the UK, and it was like, no, this isn't locations of like Queen's Jubilee celebrations. It's like food banks in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like they spent however much on throwing a party no one really gave a shit about.
One of the funniest like.
Or was it the Coronation for Chucky Boy? I don't know.
Well, hey, he's not had it yet. It's Coronations this year.
Right. Well, there you go. Thanks for the day off. But other than that.
Aye, thanks for the day off, like you say. Well, I mean, one of the conspiracy theories I heard was that the Queen died in Scotland to unite the Union.
Right.
To bring us all together. That's why she was in Balmoral or wherever the fuck. Is so that her death would unite the Union, because she died in Scotland. Like,
what's that got to do with anything, though?
Exactly. Well, because then we'd all be like, oh, she died here, she was one of us. It's like, nah, mate. It's the equivalent of, like, you know, taking a shit at a like service station and going, oh, my shit's Scottish now. It's like, no, fuck off.
If I go and
you were English.
If I went and died in Ukraine, would it be like, oh, everybody, that's us all pals now? Putin, enough of that.
But did she open? She opened pure. She did open hospitals and shit, but most of it she
so
delegated.
Fucking what? She cut a ribbon.
That's what I'm saying. She delegated it to the underlings. She didn't pure approve the plans.
She showed up for the sandwiches at the celebration. Shook a few hands, I'm sure. In fact, probably didn't even. Mad Liz. The lizard.
Lizard. Liz the lizard. She's
a lizard though. Stay here.
I think you can drive this. There we go.
I'm going to sound like a complete prick here, but I mean, it's just like to keep the masses in check. Like, oh, our queen, let's worship our queen.
Well, you have the option. I mean, we've not had the option, but it will more than likely come up. Maybe when the government stops fucking the shit show that they have right now with fucking revolving door of prime ministers. Once we get that shit back under control, it will come up as a topic. It will be like that. Do we actually need the monarchy anymore? If they're dumb enough to ever put it to a public vote, I suspect public sentiment will be no. I don't see what the fuck they do for us. I don't see why we pay for them. Get to fuck. Kick them out.
Dirty, dole dodging, sheep shagging bastards.
And it's for the same reason that we don't respect, like, the multimillionaires and so-called business owners, because it's like, well, they're not innovators, they're not,
Yeah, exactly. It's like you get people who slag off. I don't know, Paris Hilton's maybe not the best example, but celebrities that are just like sort of somebody's daughter, things like that. They're famous for being famous. Like they didn't do anything to earn it. They were just someone's daughter. Well, that's all the Queen is.
Yeah, exactly. The Queen's just
somebody's daughter.
Fair enough. Her rule was like.
And her mum was a Nazi. There's photos of her doing the Nazi salute and all that. Oh, she was a young girl. So what? So what?
She knew what she was in for.
So what? Mad cow.
Who else was it? Again, Bill Bird did a piece on that. He goes like that about. Was it Chanel? can't mind.
Yeah, I think it was Chanel, but it was someone. Didn't they make? Or no, was it Mercedes used to make tanks for the Nazis?
But they were, yeah, but this Chanel in particular was like sucking Nazi dick, is the way he put it.
Yeah.
Like shit was going down in Poland. She was on her knees sucking Nazi dick, is the way he puts it.
Uh-huh.
And it was intimidating. He's like, I can't imagine what it must have been like. Fucking army rocks up to your like country, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do basically, other than sort of, do the proverbial? But I mean,
the Queen wasn't in Berlin with Hitler like with a AK shoved into her back.
Well, exactly. She wasn't.
She was in one of her many freaking palaces in the UK.
She was hardly under duress. She wasn't on the front lines exactly.
What, like MD in her left hand, Nazi salute going on with the right? Cow.
But it's how do you justify, I suppose, benefits to society if there really isn't any?
Yeah, like I mean, what? Her face is on money. I mean, well, actually, it's not even on most like Scottish money. We've got actual people that have actually contributed to society, like Rabbie Burns or whoever, the Lord Islay, whoever.
I don't think Lord Islay's on it anymore. Fucking Manny Pacquiao.
Elgar.
Fucking Elgar. No, it's not about being on stamps and being on like fucking money. That's just a thing we do.
She's not on Canadian money as well.
Well, I mean, you talk about all the British kind of colonies. Britain had a load of money because we colonised places first. Like, yay us.
Yeah.
Well, can I jump on that? Is that what it's meant to be, to pull me over?
Probably. I'll jump off.
There we go.
Why are you getting wide now?
You're a clown. You're fucking cowering there.
Look at my face. Absolute fart nonce. Fart nonce, what am I even saying?
They're not helping society, are they?
Well, they ain't doing shit. Is kind of how I feel.
There's better ways to spend
$4.25 trillion a year.
Yeah, exactly. $1 billion than fucking to be the Queen and do Queenie shit. I just don't buy it.
I got in a Facebook argument with a guy like years and years ago, but
you can go right.
It was it was a picture of Queenie boy, and she was like a young lady, and it was like the Queen was actually part of the army in World War II. She drove lorries and was a mechanic, and it was a picture of her like standing next to a lorry, and I was like, so what they mean is that she showed up for a photo op and then pissed off back to her palace.
I guarantee there's a button there. I think you can deactivate between me and the spray.
Oh no, I pulled it and it opened this, Harrison.
Aye, but there's a button. There's a button there. I mean, I'm sure she got involved in many things, and there's plenty of regiments named after her. But like you say, she turned up for the photo op.
She did. She turned up for the photo op, and then she pissed off home. Do you think she was dodging bullets, storming beaches? No, she wasn't. And I'm not saying that she should have been, but I'm just saying don't try and act like she was.
Like she was. She wasn't well. Certainly never did.
Exactly.
Never worked a day in the life, any one of them.
Exactly. So in some wee butt pirate was like, she served and you probably never will. And I'm like, what? So you want me to go blow up babies for like a freaking war I don't understand or have anything to do with or can affect the outcome of in any way? Also, like, where's your dog tags at, bitch? I don't see them. Shut the fuck up. I should go fight in the army, but you don't want to. I'm a conscientious objector. If World War III broke out, I'd be the first guy drafted. They'd be like,
men.
You're there. Would you do in your spare time? Strangle people, right? Frontline infantry. I'd be dead in a week.
That's one way to look at it. Jeez, oh.
Yeah. Whereas this cuck that was talking to me on Facebook these years ago, he was like 48 or whatever.
No,
you know, like a barrister or something like that, like some mad posho. It's like, shut your hole. Talking about serving in the armed forces. Shut up. Armed forces did you serve in, you clown? Farter.
No, I'm not dissing the armed forces.
Yeah, nor am I. I'm just saying, Queenie boy showed up for a photo op. She was not freaking.
She was not part of the military service at all.
It wasn't like her Captain America and Bucky were kicking down Hitler's front door and setting about him.
With all the money we wasted on a royal fucking yacht every 2 years, and all the other mad shit that the fucking royals wanted, it's like we could have had a super soldier program, a successful super soldier program.
Yeah, we could have had Captain Britain.
Yeah. Not that Captain Britain, like a good Captain Britain. 'Cause Captain Britain always seems to be getting his ass handed to him in the comics.
That's probably just bad writing, to be fair.
And
that's the thing about...
He can fly and shit. I mean, Captain Britain's actually got some mad skills.
That's the thing that always bothered me about Wolverine, and even the 90s cartoon, which I like, but the movies especially, is he just gets pure swung about all the time.
You can say, he's at a disadvantage most of the time when he's fighting fucking Magnet Man or whatever his name is.
No, but when he's fighting with Mystique, she swings him about and you're like, shut up. It just wouldn't happen. It's inconsistent even within the movie, because earlier on a guy punches him and breaks his hand, Mystique's punching him and nothing happens.
Literally.
Like,
it should be that way. Logan.
Sorry, I totally went off topic there.
Logan's a fucking sweet ass movie, man.
That is a good ass movie.
Sad, but he's coming back as well. So
that'll be interesting, yeah.
Could
have had their own freaking super soldiers if we just spent some of that money on that.
We probably have mastered healing. I mean, she was what, 107 or whatever?
Yeah.
Nah, she was like 90 odd. She'd had like 70 years. 70 years in charge, you know what I mean?
Because isn't that like the longest ever or something?
Yes, it is.
But I mean, that makes sense because science and technology and shit is way better now.
Well, so she also started super young. She started at 21.
Yeah, exactly. So like the combination of those two things, it's not really that surprising that.
It is weird. It's a very surreal moment for a lot of people.
She was almost like constant.
Yeah, exactly.
I never really thought about it.
She was a
always
constant.
there.
Yeah, I was the same when we went to Balmoral. And again, you go to fucking Balmoral and you're like, Jesus Christ, where did she get all this gear from?
That's the palace, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, fucking stole it. Stole it from King James. Stole it from the Scots. Came to Scotland and was like, this is all mine now. Oh, she used to host company in here. Like, you know what?
Host a couple of fucking Ukrainian refugees then.
Well, no, man, she wouldn't do that, but, you know, she would...
Why not?
That would be unbecoming of Her Majesty the Queen.
How would it? What, charity? Giving to her fellow man?
Well, charity's one thing, you know, but I don't want them living with me.
But the thing is they wouldn't be. She'd be in her palace down in Windsor and they'd be in her palace...
In Balmoral.
Yeah, which is probably empty right now.
It's definitely... Well, I mean, they'll have tourists and shit. But I was like, I used to stay here, and honestly, it is so grand. Like, just a single room. Probably has enough paintings in it, like you say, to just solve world hunger. No, but couldn't just give away these historical artefacts. It's like, what are you doing with them? I'll entertain leaders of the world with them. You're like, yeah, but they're fucking... Could get onto the independence topic, but I kind of feel like that's a whole separate thing about independence. Long and short of it is there's only cons when it comes to the royal family.
Aye.
They don't hold the Parliament accountable, so it's not like we have a pure constitutional monarchy, really. You know what I mean? Whenever they ever really stepped in and gone, do you know what, this bill you're trying to pass is fucking disgusting and I'm not approving it.
Yeah.
Never. Like, yeah, no, give yourself an 80% pay rise.
She delivers a pep talk at Christmas every year, which is probably written for her by someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's always just about, we have to stick together, we're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
From my manor.
Me wearing my fucking £1 million jacket that was made specifically for this event.
Yeah. I remember some guy years ago, they were on about it, some royal wedding, and they were on about, this is what the Queen's going to wear, and she could dye it black and wear it to a funeral after, and I'm like, just don't even... The Queen is not dyeing her clothes black. The Queen is, like, anything that touches her royal arse gets, like, you know, set fire to afterwards.
Yeah, exactly, the royal fucking toilet.
She doesn't, you know, she's not reusing... She's not lounging about in the same pair of joggies for 6 months without washing them. Like, she doesn't reuse clothes.
She has a dresser.
But she
has a royal dresser. Somebody who dresses her and shit.
Can't even dress herself.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Well, she did now. I mean, no one's dressing her now.